Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and we're going to work on some collage on the cover of our journal, or the cover for our journal that we're working on. So it's just a manila file folder, and I think I showed you guys yesterday. I just cut it down to 9 this way, and then I folded the sides in and cut off the extra little the tab parts, you know, for the file folder. And so this one's a little bit narrower than this one, but I think it's fine. So we're going to collage this. So we have these pockets on the inside, which will be nice. And I'm just going to use mainly Medieval Mirage, but I've also got some Dreaming Heart Company music sheet music paper, something like that. And then, like I said, mostly Medieval Mirage. And some of these are from her freebie that she's giving away. So if you go over and subscribe to her channel, her YouTube channel, she has a freebie that you can download, and it's like in 3 different stages. So you can, but now they're all out, so you can download them all. But anyway, so they go really good with that kit that I'm using. Like this rose is in both, and so that's what we're going to do. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me while I play, and you can craft along with, or you know, do whatever you're working on. I'm going to do kind of bigger pieces maybe than I normally do. I'll be adding some other things to the cover, but this is just going to be my base for it. I want the top, I think I'm just going to run my scissors over that because I don't want to lose more of that rose. But I don't want it to be just totally straight. I mean, it's up on the top of the file folder, so it's not that big of a deal. But and I am going to ink these because I want a little ink on them. Grungy them up a little bit. So yeah, we don't have a whole lot going on around here. Just kind of getting back in the swing of things. It is just a lot different this year because like my son only goes to school 2 days a week. My daughter's going every day, but you know, in college obviously you don't usually go like all day. You have a few classes or whatever, unless you can manage to schedule it that way, which isn't very often. But so this will still fold around, so this will be on the fold, but I'm going to add something else on those as well. So I'm just using this Liquitex matte gel medium, and you can get this on Amazon or Hobby Lobby or wherever. It's lots of places, that Liquitex. So I kind of have decided I like this a little bit better than the liquid, but I mean, they both work great, so I don't really care which one I have. This is just what I have. I don't have any more of the other one left, so just use what you got. You can use like even just white glue works, watered down just a little bit or whatever. You don't need anything fancy. I just like these because they come out very matte, and that's what I like. I don't like it when there's a shine on it, and that's why I use this over Mod Podge, because I used to use Mod Podge, but I just really don't like that shine. And even the matte Mod Podge has just a little bit of a shine to it. So I kind of missed that, so we're going to ink that. That's the good part about ink, right? If you're crooked like I am 90% of the time on here. Like I said, I'll be adding other things too, so. Alright, and we'll go over the top. I might wait and go over the whole top when I'm done, because these are printed and I just don't want to keep getting them wet and, you know, putting the paint over them and stuff, because then it has more of a chance of rubbing off. I don't want to do that. This is directly from this Digi of Joff's Actually, I might add that later. It's one of the pockets. I just took the sides off because I liked the design. She has the paper that way too, but I knew I wasn't probably going to use the pocket, so I decided I would go ahead and use that piece just so it's not another thing hanging around in my... I have a whole bag of Medieval Mirage scraps, so I'd like to not have more if possible. I think we're all trying to use up some of this stuff. Should come up here a little bit higher. What am I doing? Losing it. So yeah, other than that, it's been pretty quiet around here. You can hear my fans going probably. In the morning I try to open everything up. It's going to be a little warmer today than it was yesterday. It was like, it almost felt cold yesterday because the temperatures dropped so much, but it's going to start going back up to be like 82 today, so. My daughter was saying they were cold in band yesterday after, you know, being hot and wearing tank tops and all that, and a lot of people showed up in shorts and tank tops and they were freezing. Just because it's so different. I mean, it wasn't like super cold, it was in the 70s, but you know, you get used to that 90, 100 degrees and then all of a sudden it's 70. It feels much colder. I really want this torn on here. This is the Dreaming Heart Company sheet music. Vintage sheet music, I think she calls it. And I'll try to remember to link everything in the description box, but if I forget something, just let me know. I'm going to actually come out over here further since I've got enough of it. But yeah, they were freezing yesterday, she said. And she wore a sweatshirt and stuff. She said I was still cold. So funny how that... It's like in the winter when it's, you know, been 30 degrees or whatever, and then on a day it's like warms up to 52 or something, and you're like, man, it's hot out. But it's really not. Okay, so I need to put it basically at the end of that Y. For all your kind words about my new digi. I appreciate it. That one was super fun to make. It was just really cool to, like, you know, go out, take the pictures, and then, you know, both my son and I worked on it. And my husband and I went out this weekend and actually took pictures for the numbers that are in it off of some old trains and cool stuff in our area. So it's just like a whole conglomeration of work together, you know, to make it. And it was just a really cool one when it came out, I thought. So thank you for all your nice comments on that, because we had fun doing that. Got a couple more I can probably do. I just want some pink, more pink. So, I wonder if I have pink lace. Let me see. This is my pink scraps and other stuff. Always, oh, that lace would work. I want just a lace, but I think I used a lot of that up. I've got these roses. I've got some pink sheet music. Not much. And there's a little bit of my pink lace from my what was that? I think that one's from Allie, the Cockney Crafter. That's Gail. Have all sorts of different things in here. Alright. Oh, that's funny. One's printed on parchment and one's on white. Look at the difference. Okay, maybe put this one down here. Now that I've covered everything up here. Can't even tell what I'm doing. Not that there. Over here. Kind of want some more of the rose. This one. All these papers of Joffs are so pretty. This is out of the freebie one. So put that one there. These are too similar. Always, you know, how you do this here. Yeah, I think something like that will work. Okay, so this one needs to go down first. That's always the tricky part. All right. And I'll just trim it wherever it, because it's not a even edge right there. And that one will get covered though, so I don't think we can do that. So our friends that needed a kidney transplant, and she was a match, the wife was a match, they are all done with their surgery and everything went well, and they're just, you know, basically healing now. So, super great. I'm just so happy that that all worked. Such a scary thing to have to go through. But very cool that she could be a match like that. Very fortunate, I should say. It's crazy that I never realized that that kind of stuff like was genetic, as far as you know, if a parent had it, then the kids could get it, like it could be passed down, that sort of thing. I mean, obviously it's something in your genetic makeup, but this particular kind is hereditary, is the word I'm looking for. I didn't know that much about it, so it was interesting when we went and we had a barbecue for them at a park, and it was interesting, you know, just hearing about how everything happened and how the doctors decided to use his wife instead of his daughter because they're worried that his daughter might have the same problem, and it's just very interesting. Okay. Sorry, I get quiet when I get concentrating on, you know, trying to get it on there right. I kind of want, I just kind of want this randomly somewhere because I like it. And maybe a little bit of music because I've got the. This is avocado dyed from Denise. I don't know where I want it. I want it up here. Maybe right there. I like covering these entirely with collage. I think it's fun. And it works great because it really strengthens those file folders. Because I get usually file folders at the dollar store. Bless you. And so I like to make sure they're good and sturdy for a cover. I'll probably do the inside too with collage. Okay. Oh, this side I didn't tear. I know you probably can't see, but I'm running out of room on my where to put stuff that doesn't have glue. Wipe that spot up a little bit. I can keep using it. I'm just, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of room right here. Kind of tight quarters. I'm gonna actually turn this upside down just so that I can stay within the same camera frame. Okay, use some of this lace. This is from Peeling Paint and Roses. Oopsie. I don't know if I want to go all the way. Will it even go? That's going to be a little too tight, so I'm just going to do something else here. Can't believe we're already almost to Labor Day. It's just, time is just flying. Even though it seems like this whole coronavirus thing has gone on for an eternity, at the same time it just feels like time has flown. Flown. My sister came over yesterday. We bought her apple tree last year, kind of for a Mother's Day sort of a thing. And I had no idea that you needed 2 apple trees to grow apples, or at least 2, you know what I mean? for them to pollinate. I just thought like the bees pollinated the flowers like a lot of other garden type plants. And yeah, she found out that you need to, so we're probably going to get her another one, but she came over and brought one apple. She got one apple off of her little tree this year, and we're like, wow, I wonder how she even got one, you know, because she only has the one tree, but I'm sure maybe in the area, but she just doesn't have enough to get like a bunch of them. It was a very good tart little apple, but she knew it was ripe because it fell off the tree. So that was kind of a bummer. We were all thinking, oh yeah, she'll have a few apples, you know, like, I don't know, 10 or something maybe this year, because it's just not a very big tree yet. But yep, nope, you need more than one, which I had no idea. She went and talked to, she goes to the farmer's market all the time, and there were some people there that have apples, you know, and stuff, and she talked to them, and they're like, yep, you need more than one to pollinate. I never even thought about it growing up, because my dad had some apple trees, but he had one on one side of the yard and one over on the other side of the yard that were there already. We didn't plant them, because like I said before, I grew up in a over 100-year-old Victorian house, and so, you know, we always had apples, but I never knew that that's why. Is because we had multiple trees, right? I want this. Do I want it? Maybe I want this on the side. So anyways, but it was a good apple. So good to know, right? Guess that's why they grow orchards. Well, plus, you know, you get more apples that way, but now we know. Let's do one of these down there. Don't like the way, and then I end up with that one again. How do I keep doing that? I need something different down there. Oh, this one would be good. That's the front. I should keep putting the same design, like. I'll bring a little bit of blue. Maybe I'll go all the way over here with this one, since it's long enough. What can we do like that? I mean, it's still similar with color, but I just kept doing that like same design. I want it like that, like that. I need to tear this edge off, I know that. I think I need to go over with that one, so that's what I'll do. So this one goes on next. Oops, that was a lot. I mean, I'm sure lots of other people know about the apple thing, but I just never had a reason to learn about that, I guess. I just thought they were like, you know, tomato plant. If you have one tomato plant growing, as long as the bees come, you'll have tomatoes. I did have one tomato plant this year, which is really odd because I usually have tomatoes just coming out of my ears. But it just never really did much of anything. It just kind of has its center stalk part, and then it just never did anything else. We kind of had a cool summer, but the other ones have been growing well, so I don't know. It's weird. I've never had that before. I mean, I've had them just wither entirely, like, for whatever reason, but I've never had one stay green and everything, but just not really do anything. I think I need to switch my boxes next year. It's probably depleted, and maybe add some, what do you call it, fertilizer or something. Okay, so I could probably add a little something, I think, right in there, because I just don't like the way those two clunk into each other there. I think I'll use another one of these. I like this design, and like I said, I probably won't use all these pockets, so I might as well use the paper from them. I printed them on just the parchment. Easy for me to say. There we go. Okay. Get a new stamp pad pretty soon. It's been thoroughly abused. Kind of come away from the edge a little. Alright, what else do we want? I think that's probably good on that side. We have 29. I think I might let that dry before I do the other side, because I want to make sure I get the folds really well, but I don't want to fold it right now with it being wet. And then I'll do the other side. So let's let this dry for a bit. And then I'm going to put this brush? Somewhere. I'll just leave it there for now. Gotta remember to wash it afterwards, or that'll be a forever wrapped brush. I just wrapped it in a wet wipe. Alright, so there's that. And then I have this fabric that I spritzed with mica powder, juice, and a little bit of coffee, and that was just like a cream colored cotton that I tore. And I don't know if you can see, but it's shimmery and shiny all over. So I thought it'd be fun to stamp this, and this will be the tie that goes around the my goodness, the journal. I thought I have my little rose stamp here, but I don't see it. Just a second. Okay, I'm gonna use these, and again, these I got. That one's gone. Oh, it's right there. With a magazine. So like you go to Joann's and they have these magazines that come with these. I thought there was another little rose. I don't want anything very big. And the tiny butterfly is gone. I don't know where that went. Oh, it's there. I'll use the tiny butterfly to work. But yeah, so that's where I got those. And I think I'm going to use the archival ink. Just in, what is this one? Coffee. That's what it's called. And I better put a piece of that under there. Just in case. I just don't want it. The archival ink won't come off of my mat. So both sides are sprayed. And it does get a tiny bit stiff because I have to put glue in the spray that I make with the mica powder, or the mica powder won't stick. So, but it's not super. I don't know which way I want these. So when I stamp on fabric, I just make sure and hold it there for a second, so hopefully it, you know, takes. And I'm going to turn it different ways just so it doesn't look like the exact same stamp, even though it is. I'm going to come down a little ways. And then I'll do the butterfly in between. So this is just a fun way to do a tie. Something different, I guess. And then you can also do this and use pieces for, you know, making journaling cards or whatever, just to add some decoration. The good part about this fabric being a little bit stiff is it's easy to stamp on that way. It's almost like, well, it's not like paper, but see, now I missed a little bit right there, but it's all right. And then you can also use it like, you know, at the top of tags or whatever, just like you'd use any fabric basically. I really like that mica powder. I'm having way too much fun with that. That is a fun thing. And I think you can buy it by each individual bottle sort of thing. So if you just wanted a couple of them. Because you might not use all the colors or whatever. Okay, I'll stop at this and do some butterflies just so I can do something different. It's so tiny. I actually might put it on the corner. Just kind of have them around however. This way. So, you know, some of them I spaced further apart so I can fit 3, and other ones 2 fits better, so it's just whatever. It doesn't matter because it's good for it to look a little bit random. You don't want it to look like the same thing necessarily over and over and over again if you can help it. Cute little butterfly. Butterflies go faster by a lot. Alright, I'll do some more roses. And this just looks a little bit pink with the brown. It's nice. Almost put that right next to that one. That would have been not really great. You can even see the sparkle through the stamp pad, you know, the color, which is kind of cool. Very fun. That's probably enough, so I'll stop after I get my butterflies on here. And then I'll try it out. I won't cut it until I'm sure about how long I want it. Oops, didn't get that one very good on the bottom. Way, something different. 2 is good there. Okay, so that'll be good for that. I may end up doing the rest of it, but I think you guys probably are ready to pull your hair out, so stop there. Let's see how this is doing. See if we can fold it. It wants to fold like I don't want it to fold like that. I want it to just fold in the middle. It still is not. Oh, I still folded it in the wrong spot, didn't I? This is why I didn't want to cover it with paper first and try to do it on the other side, because you got to really make sure where those lines are for folding, because it's wanting to fold at another spot. Because of the scoring that's naturally in the file folder. So. Really try to get that fold. Sometimes it takes some convincing. And since you can see this, well, I probably would have anyway, but I'll probably put a little lace on the, because that fold one wants to show up there. Okay, and I'm going to make sure these will fold. And that'll be one pocket. Now we need to trim this one too. And this will be a smaller pocket, but I like it. I don't think that's a big deal. And I'll put thumb notches in them after I get the other side covered. That's right. And then I was thinking one of those long belly bands of Joff's would look pretty on there. Yeah, is good. So since I just have this, I'm only going to collage these 2 spots, then I'll just go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and use a piece of this. And this will be done for today, and then I'll let it dry all the way, and then I'll go over the whole thing with a real thin coat just to make sure it's sealed, but I don't want to drag a bunch of color off. So let's see, it doesn't even need to go in that far. Oh, it gets upside down that way. Go this way. That's the cool part about having pockets. You don't have to cover all the inside part. Oh, my paintbrush. Okay, I'm going to need another piece there. Won't have coffee dyed on it. So I learned this from Gail Augustinelli, and I'm not sure if she saw somebody else do it or whatever, but she was doing all her different covers that she does. She was doing a series on that. And that's where I learned this from. I don't know if it was meant to be part of the series or I don't know. I don't remember the story entirely, but that's where I got the idea. And it works very well. I don't want that fold to like be the only fold. I'll use a little bit of this from Allie, and this is her Papers Past, I believe is what she called this one, with all her different cool receipts and stuff. And again, I'll try to remember to link everybody. I think I'm just going to do a piece of this. I like the stamps and stuff. Maybe I'll go across like that. Okay. Don't want to cover all of that up, so I'm going to just tear a little edge off of here. And like part of this will be right in the full, you know, the seam. Oh, I guess it won't totally be. Go like that. I'm almost already done with this side. Actually, I think we are. Yeah. Nice. I talked to some of my friends from school, the school that I worked at last year. Well, I worked there for, oh my gosh, 10 years, I think. Just to see how they were all doing. And if they're doing well, I said it's kind of nice right now because the class sizes are a little bit smaller, but because people had the option in elementary school to, you know, send their kids to school or to teach them at home online, you know, help them learn online. But they're talking about if we don't have any new cases for 2 weeks or something like that, that they'll just open the schools back up, which, like, for my son would be good because he really needs to go to school more than 2 days a week. Or it's just, yeah, kind of crazy. Oops, I didn't do that very well. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that or not, but see how it goes. So then see, I'll put a thumb notch in there and that'll get glued. Oh, you guys, you can't see. That'll get glued down. So let's work on this side. We're almost there. I think I might go ahead and put one of these ladies. They're so pretty on here. I love that Regency period of time. Just so pretty. Seriously, holding it down, what are you doing? has stuff on the back too. I'm going to overlap a little because that just works better. Yeah. Doing great here. I love that frame back there and then the crack in the plaster. It's really cool. Jeff is so good at layering the different pieces on the Photoshop. I am not so great at that. Just kind of take this corner off. Okay. Not wanting to stick because I didn't get anything on it. That's a good reason. That was too much. See, and the color comes off, so you gotta really be mindful of that when you're using this. I forgot about this lace one. Well, it's her coffee dye. This is in the freebie, but yeah, it's that lace came out so well. I can never get that effect when I coffee dye. It's kind of a bummer. Let's go up just a little. Try that again. Go. Barely made it, but it made it, so. But yeah, it's really pretty how well it came out. I need to get some of that like vinyl lace. I just don't have any of that. I keep seeing it at the fabric store. I just need to go get some. I have seen it at the fabric store, I should say. I don't keep seeing it because I don't ever go. Glue all over it too. Everything's got glue all over it. Okay, so these will go like that. I'm going to go ahead and punch the hole in them. or a thumb hole, I guess. Thumb notch. I guess that's metal. What I should do is go like this so we can get them at least semi-even in the sort of same spot. Just helps me get an idea there. Okay. I just like a little thumb notch. I don't like a giant one. And then we can glue those down at least. Let you guys go. I don't want to put quite a bit of glue there. Oh, except I should have gone over it. Oh well. I'll just do that. The biggest thing is to make sure these stay fairly flat, because otherwise they gap, so you really got to push towards the top and towards the bottom. And right here is where they gap, so you can kind of keep them as flat as possible while they dry on there. And you could clip them. I just don't have any clips right here at the moment, so I've got one right here. This part doesn't want to. Bottom's staying pretty well. I mean, still there's a little gap, and that's because I've covered it with not Mod Podge, but the matte medium, and it just makes it warp just like anything else liquid. And then, like I said, I'll just go over that with a really thin coat of the matte medium, not a lot, because I don't want it to, you know, smear color and all that, and I need glue right here because it's not wanting to stay down. And it'll help when I go over it with the matte medium for stuff like that. But we'll just get her stuck down good. Okay, so that's that side, and that is that side, and then I may add, you know, some lace in a picture or something, but I think that's so fun. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it, and thank you for, like I said, all your kindness. You guys are awesome and very supportive, and I appreciate it. So we will chat again soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.